Hello, today I will be telling you all about my lesson for my first grade class. This week in language arts, we are learning about writing, narrative structure, particularly sequencing. So my students will need to know how to organize events in their stories that they're going to write, organize them into beginning, middle, and end. So to do that, I will start off class with getting ahead of myself. For their first pre-assessment, they will be doing a KWL chart, but they will only be filling out what they know and what they want to learn, because they obviously haven't learned anything yet, from me at least. So after that, I will show them a video introducing them to this topic, it's a fun little video. It uses examples from the tortoise and the hare story to show them the beginning events, the middle events, and the end events. So after that, I will pull up on my smartboard, to show my intro to sequencing resource that I made. It will have like different pictures, like for example, the first one is the girl wakes up, the girl eats breakfast, and the girl goes to school. But they will not be put in the correct order, and the students will need to figure out what order they are going to be in. So I will group them into small groups of 2 or 3, because we will have 10 class iPads. And this will make it so that if a student is struggling, they will be able to ask for help from their, or a little bit of assistance from their classmates. So what they'll do is they'll each take a turn. They'll be in groups of 2 or 3, and they'll each take a turn organizing one of the examples. You'll be able to see this in my slideshow. They'll organize the pictures beginning, middle, and end. So they'll be able to I don't know how to explain that better, but and then they'll raise their hand, and so that I can come check, and then the next student will be able to do their little sequence. There's the word. So during this, I will be walking around the class, making sure they don't have any questions, and making sure they're getting along and sharing the iPads. So after that, they'll go back to their seats, and they will have their own stories that they want to write about, and they will take some of the events from their stories, whether that be pictures or phrases, and they'll write those out onto note cards, and they will organize them into beginning, middle, and end, because we're not writing long stories because we're in first grade. After that, we will that'll kind of be the end of the lesson for the day, because hopefully they will show me that they can do it accurately. For any issues that I run into with children who, for example, cannot spell in order to write out their events on the sequence, they will be allowed to do drawings instead on their note cards to organize. If a student cannot use the iPad because they have a disability that doesn't allow them to use their hands and for those fine motor movements, they can be partnered with another student, so that they can tell that student what order they would like to put the pictures in, and then also for that same thing, if they cannot draw or write out the pictures, they can have a friend do that, and they can help them write their story out. If a student doesn't work it well in like a loud classroom, which the classroom probably won't be quiet, they'll be talking about their stories and everything, their small group of 2 or 3 can go to the library if they ask for permission first. And I think that is it. That's a brief description of my lesson for this week. So